What's going on, everybody? Today we have a three-parter showing our favorite Marvel, DC, and other villains. I'm Dev. This is
Taskmaster.
Los Sagittarius.
and
What up, guys? It's Max Smash 201.
all right. So we're gonna list off our top three. I guess in ascending order, right? We're gonna start with three, and we're gonna go and see how it goes. So start us off.
Alright, so for my number 3 for Marvel villains, I'm going to have to say Taskmaster, hands down. Tony Masters, ex-SHIELD agent. Who? Exactly. Real quick, guys. Here's a little quick origin. So, Tony Masters, ex-SHIELD agent, in trying to capture basically a mock version of the Super Soldier Serum, where it would let people copy the, well, not copy, but to understand the abilities of other people and able to use them in their own way. He took it because it was literally, the place was blowing up, and it was like, damn, why not put this in my pocket? Nah, I'll just put it on myself. So he uses it, and it causes him to have memory loss, so he doesn't even remember who he is. So Taskmaster is technically a hero, but that does evil things.
I gotta
So
read this guy.
He's a good villain because he forgets who he is, or
like, you know, it's just like he forgot his whole order. He forgot about him being in SHIELD, and basically he copies. He knows everybody's fighting styles and everything like that. So he knows from Iron Fist, Daredevil to Spider-Man. He'll web swing with a rope and hook, no problem. He has Cap's skills and everything. Daredevil's agility. You know, you name it, you got it. I mean, he can't shoot optic blast from Cyclops, but he can copy everything else from him. So pretty fun guy, and he's also great in Marvel versus Capcom. So
Okay.
voiced by Steve Blum. That's why
Steve
it's
Blum,
great.
that's why. Show me your boobs. Come on.
Let's
Show
do
me your
Carnage.
boobs. Oh, sorry.
Carnage.
Cletus
Spider-Man?
Cassidy, yeah. Okay.
Give a psychopath a symbiote. You know, it writes itself. You're gonna kill people, right? That's what you do. We're gonna make you killing people better. Now you got powers to kill people. Spider-Man can't sense you. Good job.
He represented everything about the '90s, man.
Yeah.
All right.
What are you, Max Smash 201?
So far, for my number 3, there's no significant order of my top favorite one. My number 3 has to be Superior Iron Man, Tony Stark. All right. So if you guys don't know about the Superior Iron Man, think of like, oh man, it's like this guy is playing God. First of all, he made an app to make people think they look like good and beautiful and superior and whatnot. It's ridiculous. And not only that, but he fought Daredevil. And keep in mind, he gave Daredevil his eyesight back.
Free trial.
Free trial. But the way it happened, he literally just knocked him out, you know. And next thing you know, Daredevil woke up in a hospital. And who's the first person who he sees? Not his dad, not no nurse, Tony motherfucking Stark. And Tony's like, oh, you know what, if you really want it, you know, just talk to me. And so there's no, you're playing God, blah, blah, blah. And Tony's like, alright, don't worry, your access is gonna run out in 30 minutes and whatnot, so don't worry. Not only that, but, he gave basically everybody this awesome power, you know, and, the cost of, $100 a day or something like that. It's ridiculous. And not only that, too, but think of... He brought out drones to look over all of San Francisco. That's an asshole thing to do. Now, that guy's this basically the center of attention. He's a freaking flying satellite. And not only that, but his suit is a fucking symbiote suit. So that's also a badass type of power or suit to have. This is, you know, hashtag niggas in suits as your villains.
Just some perspective. He's kind of like EA, Capcom, Activision. He gave you DLC, but it was already on disc. That was what he did.
He's the asshole in GameStop.
He wants to sell you the season pass
Yes.
without telling you what's in it.
What an asshole.
Yeah.
3 costumes. That's it.
What was it? Oh yeah, my number 3 is the Kingpin. I think most iterations of him are good. Even the one from the Daredevil movie back in 2001, that one was great too. Yeah, rest in peace. But
Really?
my favorite one recently was Vincent D'Onofrio's in Daredevil. He makes me think of it like a gentle giant.
Nice.
Yeah.
Also
So Vincent
person
D'Onofrio
man.
from what's it called? Daredevil. He reminds me of Lenny from Mice and Men, the book. He's kind of like a gentle giant, where it's most of the season is a 13-hour origin story, but I think somewhere along after episode 4, it stops focusing on Daredevil.
And like it goes to him.
It shifts
just
to
like,
him.
The show gets better.
You see this. You see this slow building and attempt at rising. You see him doing, taking out the competition, taking out his partners in crime.
Yeah.
And he establishes an empire. You see his love interest. You see how he's setting up everything for her. Oh, and he beats the shit out of everybody. He barely gets his hands dirty, but when he does, it's brutal.
The freaking car door.
Yeah.
The car door scene.
Yeah, let's not spoil too much just in case people haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
But
I'm pretty.
Yeah, the M
Yeah.
rating is because of him,
Yeah.
at least. Oh, and just because he's also, in comic perspective, he's a broad villain. It's not just a Daredevil villain. He's a Spidey villain.
Yeah.
Street level villain.
He's a street level. Yeah, it's like
in the streets. I'm fighting Luke
He's
Cage,
the reason.
Iron Fist.
He's probably the reason New York's rent is so cheap. Like people still live there.
He knows how to cook omelets, by the way. It's good.
Yeah, and he works out in prison. I remember that from one of the Spider-Man books I read when I was little. All right.
Alright, cool.
Number 2. Back to you.
I'm gonna hit you with the classic Venom. Too great. Eddie Brock, like, it's just like, alright, because Spider-Man's like favorite hero, and like Venom was just like a perfect, like, kind of like this weird mix of like the jock and a horrible ex-girlfriend combined in one as a villain. You had this symbiote telling you everything to like this jock that's just like, we're gonna fuck Peter Parker up,
Quick trivia, just randomly. Carnage said the symbiote is a female, so that would make sense. Ex-girlfriend thing.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
like,
okay.
there you go. Watch
Yeah.
out. Some context to everybody. And it's just like, imagine just like, you're pretty great, Eddie, but Peter's dick was, and it's like, it just feels like, it's just like perfect off balance. And even when like, Eddie Brock's a great villain, but even when he becomes like anti-Venom, he's actually good and stuff. It's like, guy's actually a good guy, like, and at the end of the day, he wasn't like the worst piece of shit, but like when he was a villain, Eddie Brock really brought his A game. And like, I love like classic 90s Venom, like.
You're lying. Topher Grace. Yeah. That's your favorite Venom. Right
So
there.
what's
Stop
your 2?
it.
What's your 2?
My number 2 is gonna be Magneto.
Okay.
Solid.
Any particular one?
Animated series Magneto.
90s?
Oh,
Yeah, X-Men
Alright.
animated series.
Yes. Not Evolution. 'Cause I hate it.
He was cool. He was cool. He wasn't. He was a
Welcome
horseman
to
in
die.
that one, right?
Yeah, he was one of the 4 Horsemen.
Yeah.
But even before he was a horseman, he was like, I'm gonna fuck with the X-Men. It's what I do. I'm gonna get my kids to fuck with the X-Men. I made a brotherhood. I put Mystique in charge.
That's
Magneto
awesome.
was.
What I do, I fuck with Charles Xavier.
They used to be boys.
We used to be. He fucked my girl. That was
We were
it.
First class. Yeah, that is what happened.
She chose you. I don't like you anymore.
Nice. All right, it's my turn. My number 2 favorite villain is also from X-Men, but it's also from Avengers vs. X-Men. I gotta give it up to Phoenix, not Jean Grey Phoenix, just the Phoenix in general, because that's
Cosmic entity.
yeah, the entity that shit's too OP, makes everybody a freaking asshole.
Needs nerf.
Very nerd. Freaking when he took over Jean Grey, wow. All right, I just fuck you, Cyclops, for breaking up.
So is the Phoenix omnipotent or?
Yeah. And then
In theory.
in theory, yeah. In Avengers vs. X-Men, 5 people had the Phoenix. It was Namor, Cyclops, Colossus,
Magic.
and Emma Frost.
Those are Metal Phoenix.
Oh my god. Can you imagine you had to deal with Jean Grey? Boom. Now you have 5 OP X-Men with the Phoenix entity. Ridiculous. And it took Avengers vs. X-Men to have that awesome comic, which I kind of upset because there's a certain character that wasn't there that only made it just a cameo, but whatever, we'll talk about it next in another video. But just the entity alone made everybody very OP and just basically almost destroyed the fucking world. And it took all of Avengers and X-Men to like really figure what the hell's happening. And I kind of like that. That was like actually my favorite. That's not top 10 favorite series, but it's probably up there.
AVX, gave up?
Yeah.
Okay. My second favorite villain, probably Doctor Doom, just because he also represents the kind of like the childish side of a villain, where he's always second to read. He can't admit it, but he knows it secretly. I don't know how far you guys have you guys read Secret Wars at all? No.
Sorry.
4 issues in, he has Reed Richards' life right now. He has Sue as a wife. He has both of their kids, and he's living the dream right now. He still can't fix his face. He's still scarred. That's the one thing he can't. He's God right now. He calls himself God Emperor Doom. Everyone in that reality calls him God Emperor Doom. He still can't fix his face. And he's still always going to be second to Reed Richards at the end of the day.
You know, like, Doom reminds me of, like, a guy that's just, like, on the cusp of victory, but then starts taunting when he's about to win, like...
The only one that beats Doom is Doom himself.
Yeah.
He's the guy who's going to be, like...
Is he really that OP?
But
And
Dark's not gonna save me this time.
in Secret Wars, yes he is. In Marvel, yes he is. Just all in all, he's
What literally is his power? I just want to know because every time I see him in comic books, man, it just reminds me of a guy with metal mask. But
Isn't it
like,
like electromagnetism?
It's a lie. It's like there's magic, science, a bunch of bullshit.
so you mean tell me
I put
that
all that in there together.
he's up there with Sentry?
Hmm?
Is he up there with Sentry?
No, I wouldn't say he's up there with Sentry. Sentry's Marvel's second Superman.
Oh, okay,
Hyperion
so
being
Hulk.
their first.
Hulk.
Not like strength-wise or anything.
That's it.
He's more of a
Xavier.
You know, it's so
Doom,
crazy.
Magneto?
I hate to be that guy to cop out, but I want to say it. Like, Doom is like Doom. Like, he's this crazy guy just studied everything, man. He's just
yeah. At one point, he faced Magneto back in it was like the 80s or something. They teamed up. It was one of those team up issues.
Yeah.
And then he did a heel turn halfway through. Magneto's like, "You're made out of metal. I'm gonna try to." Yeah. He's like, "You're made out of metal. I'm gonna try to like ruin your life." Doom's like, "I have anti-Magneto." And,
That's like similar to like, oh, if Magneto fought Tony Stark. No, you can't.
He
you
has
can't be
anti-technology.
anti-technology.
But this is Doom who has anti-technology.
oh, yo, Magneto, relax. I heard of you.
And not to mention, the guy has his own freaking country. He's not a dictator. He's a very righteous ruler of Latveria. So
Okay.
yeah. All right, number one's the most important ones.
All right, my number
Shows
one,
yours.
going back to AVX, Cyclops. Like, he's a great
Villainized.
villain. Like, you know, it's like
Villainized.
as a
Cyclops
hero,
was right.
he was just so like toast. You know what I mean? Just like
Oh my
white
God.
bread. Like, all right, you have Jean, you get fucked up by Wolverine. That nigga's fucking your girl the other day. Like, you know it, right? Whatever. And then like once he turns into a villain, once he kills Xavier. Sorry, spoilers. Like what? 2012, I think it came out. So
2011.
2011. Yeah, I'm old. So like, it's just like his progression as a villain has been amazing. Like, Cyclops has been the most exciting in years, like since I've read it. And it's just like, and it's like he's on that level where it's like, it's kind of crazy. All these years, you get the thing where it's like, oh, Cyclops, you're gonna be like Magneto if you keep this up. And then now he actually is, and it's like, it's actually
It's
great.
gone full circle.
You know, it's like, it's cool to see like actual character progression where like I'm more happy along the lines of like just like Scott Summers being more than like
The
what
Boy
he
Scout?
was. Like, yeah, like the Boy Scout Scott Summers was a boring, bland character that got ran over by everybody.
So you don't like blue and yellow Cyclops?
Like 90s
Condiment
Cyclops was cool.
Cyclops.
Like, you know,
That's actually my most hated Cyclops. I'm gonna
Condiment?
yeah.
and like now like villain Cyclops where he has like he's like even then he's not like 100% villain. You know, he still has his motives and he still has
You know,
his reasoning in his head.
His whole reasoning is he's doing it for mutant kind. He's doing exactly what Magneto was doing.
Yeah.
And it's come full circle to the point where he realizes he kind of has to take matters into his own hand. He's getting villainized no matter what. You still have people saying, "Oh God, mutants run away, everybody."
Yeah, exactly.
So
It's like,
you know,
What
may as
does
well give
him
him.
and Magneto?
Yeah.
He killed the Xavier.
Hashtag give back his suit to Nightwing.
What about you guys?
My number one, Galactus, Destroyer of Worlds. How do you? He eats your planet. How do you win?
You don't.
you become a herald.
Yeah, exactly. You become the herald. Oh, you're the strongest. I guess you can go find another planet for me to eat.
He's the Walmart of planets, right?
I'm gonna get a new sales associate at this planet. Watch.
All right.
Cool. What you got?
All right. So remember how I said that a certain character didn't really make a really big impact in Avengers vs. X-Men? Well, this is my number one, and it has to be Hulk. Yeah, Hulk is literally like one of my favorite, probably like my number one villain, because yeah, like Bruce Banner, like you never know who's he gonna join or who's he gonna like be like cool with, but at the end of the day, he's just mad aggro and aggressive, And to the point where if you give this guy a brain, which he like finally does, like he actually controls it now. Like he knows what's up. Like he knows like what makes him really angry. And one of my favorite comics where he's actually, I don't know what to call it, but I think he was a villain. This one was in Planet Hulk, where he came back to fucking Earth and
World
just
War Hulk?
brunch it. Yeah, World War Hulk. Yeah,
Hulk
World War
he
Hulk.
wasn't,
Yeah, yeah, World War Hulk. Yeah, that was like amazing because freaking they destroyed that planet Scar and like just killed his wife. He had a kid and everything, and like he just came back on top of a ship. First of all, just like this, fucking like yeah, I see
Hulk.
Earth. I'm the fucking Hulk. You're gonna see me come down, and he freaking made a fucking he made Madison Square Garden the hottest shit ever. That shit sold out more than WrestleMania did. That everybody from New York was there to see Hulk fuck up every Avenger, X-Men, like.
You beat up Spider-Man?
No. Spider-Man had it was one
He
of
was
those
cool.
things-
Spider-Man was
they had
smart.
Draw. Like, they had, like
Yeah.
Spider-Man like was lucky.
Spider-Man was guiding traffic. He's like, don't go to Madison Square Garden, guys. Go over here. But no,
Spidey
everybody.
does in every major.
Yeah.
He's the guy. He's the guy swinging
Crossing
around,
guard.
say,
He's the man.
When you had
webbing up windows and making safety nets.
he fucked up the Illuminati. Like everybody like fucking Xavier tried to control. Like no, Bruce, don't do it. I'm Hulk. You can't control my mind. I'm too smart for this shit. Oh, Doctor Strange. Ooh, brother. Oh, let me just hold your fucking arms and fucking break your hands even more. Fucking. Oh, what's up, Reed Richards? You long ass condom. I'm gonna just stretch you out, tie you up in a knot, yo. It took everybody to stop this guy, and this guy was a so OP, like, fuck you guys, you ruined my life, I'm gonna fucking ruin yours, you destroyed my fucking second home because I didn't have a home on fucking Earth, you disowned me, you piece of shit, like, if I was him, I would probably do the same thing too, because I have no fucking friends, you fucking killed my only love, you know? But yeah, that's my number one, hands down, Hulk.
Alright. My number one villain for Marvel is Norman Osborn. The guy became president. He tried invading he did invade Asgard. He had his own team of Dark Avengers. He successfully fooled most of America into liking him. And oh yeah, there's all this. Yeah. There's most of his early life stuff where, he started out wearing a purple skirt, throwing pumpkin bombs, and he was one of the earliest influences for, I want to say, a dark turn at Marvel, where the death of Gwen Stacy, I think issue 121, he was the cause of that. They didn't have anything crazy like that in comics before. Stan Lee actually said he originally intended Peter to just end up with Gwen, and none of that happened because they took that turn with Norman Osborn. And I want to say just because of that line,
just for a villain to like take more from a hero. So,
yeah.
It's like innocent bystander.
It's
that sucks. But my
Person you
love
love?
interest.
Oh,
yeah,
I'll kill her.
like-
make a choice, throw her off a bridge, And at the end of the day, you're never gonna actually know if it was Peter's fault or not, because did she already die or did he snap her neck when he, saved her using
I need
webbing?
that question.
Yeah, that's that doubt in his life.
You know what I just realized? You love leadership villains who control shit and who has their
Sure.
own fucking justice. And
They're not supposed to know about it. Did we do this? This is
We're talking about Doom.
No, Doom
Oh,
and yeah.
Oh, Doom's a cool guy. Yeah. Nah, I mostly like Norman because Peter Parker's, Spider-Man's my favorite hero. So to have him as a foil is actually really endearing.
Really great offsetting.
Yeah.
Like,
That's cool.
Yeah, a guy in a purple suit.
we're gonna do some honorable mentions.
Yeah, I guess one each.
We could throw a few out. Honorable mentions from what? Marvel and
Yeah,
stuff?
Marvel.
Yeah.
Juggernaut. Put him in there.
Marvel too, right?
Yeah.
He's really villainous. That assist?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Superior Spider-Man. It's this weird like.
Nah,
I know
He's not. He's a villain.
All right, first 12 issues, he's a villain, man. He's a villain.
That's like a season, y'all.
Like one whole season, he's a really solid villain. And then
And then what happens at the
Spoilers.
end? What happens in
Spoilers.
Galvanization?
Spoilers.
Who's the real villain?
He becomes a good guy, but while Superior gave no fucks, he punched somebody's jaw off and was like, well, talk shit, get shit,
Started his own factory, Parker Industries. All right, every bad thing you name, I'm gonna name a good thing he did. Go ahead.
Listen, we know Superior. At the end of the day, everybody, Superior's a good guy, but I'm talking about like I'm talking about I'm going back in Peter's memories just to jack it to the idea of Mary Jane. Like, alright, that's pretty villainous, okay?
I know this was Peter. He probably made Peter watch. Like, Peter's still around that. But at the end of the day, who's the real villain? Norman Osborn.
Norman,
Gotham
100%.
Gotham Nation,
Yeah.
the dude's such a villain. He's like, oh, I know you're not Peter Parker. I know you aren't. You know, you're second best villain. He straight up says, you know, you weren't good enough to be his number one villain. You may have gotten his body, but you didn't win. Now I just traumatized you.
Yeah.
This is after this dude steps down as president. This is after. Did I mention he invaded Asgard? Yeah, just saying.
You know how guys, Asgard, Thor, no, okay.
Number honorable. The honorable mention has to be the guy who talks so much shit, the guy who literally can't, the guy who trolls like crazy, the guy who has always a
Don't
joke,
say
can't take shit serious.
Don't say Deadpool.
Deadpool.
I hate Deadpool. He's the worst.
Yeah, he is a fucking worst, and that's why I like him, because you hate him, and he's a villain.
Okay.
See, there you go.
Oh, honorable mention.
Deadpool was a villain. Yeah.
He started as a villain.
He started as a villain.
But then, you know, Merc with a heart.
Yeah.
Like,
Taskmaster? Honorable mention, since, you know, nobody mentioned him. Let's go with Thanos.
oh, yeah.
Trevor-
Remember him, guys?
The ultimate friend-zoned villain, you know? In love with death. She's like, nah, I love Deadpool. I love Wolverine. I'll mention all these other love interests that aren't you, Thanos, but thanks for trying.
It's cool. Kill half the universe? I mean, I guess.
That's impressive. Cool.
I still don't love you.
Yeah, right? Like,
Deadpool's still alive?
was that supposed to make anybody like me more? The dude curses Deadpool just so Deadpool can't die and be with death, and it's like, that's salty. That's his, like...
That's a salty
That's the dude that... He, like, scribbles on other people's yearbook pictures. Like, that's what Thanos is. Not to mention, in the last... We've had 2 phases of Marvel movies. He took about 7 years to get up off his chair. 7 years to get up off the chair.
Yeah.
He got the glove.
There it is.
Yeah.
He felt it, yeah. He
Now we're starting.
That about do it for honorable mentions?
Yeah, I mean, another really...
Alright, so this was part 1 of 3. We have DC villains coming up. We're going to have an others thing. And let us know in the comments section who your favorite villains are, or if you actually...
watch this video.
Yeah, that too. That really helps.
Yeah.
Anyways, check out their links down below if you guys want to friend them on Instagram, Twitter, Zanga, Blogspot, Friendster, MySpace, Black Planet,
Buddy Train.
Friendster, Asian
Grindr.
Avenue, Grinder. You guys want to friend them on Grinder?
All that.
Yeah.
Very important. Alright, guys.
Peace.
Enjoy.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at MaxSmash201 and like me on Facebook at MaxSmash201. Peace!